Ragazzi. Ooh, you are the Griffin. Welcome to another unboxing video of a new Golden Core 6 music product. It's Griffin time. Yeah, I know we already had a video, a kind of making of, and yeah, I will add that at the end of this video here because it still makes sense to have a look at this because it's very exciting, I think, to see how such a product is growing and developing. So we even had some footage from the original tapes, how they were transferred to digital by Christian Moos and all that. So I will add this video at the end of this video I'm talking about right now, the finished product, because I just got it. Griffin, Protectors of the Lair, the second album, and of course the first one, Flight of the Griffin, as an ultimate 3CD-Box edition. Yeah, it can't get any better. I was really curious how it will look like because we never had such a slipcase around a CD, and I must say that's really cool, especially because yeah, when people are not reading music magazines or watching videos like this, but they are metal fans and they like Griffin because they still have the old LPs at home, they will find that product pretty fast because of this, yeah, how we call that Rücken in Germany, though the back, I think it's, I have no clue how you call that in English, but that's this side of the slipcase, and it gives you some information even without you put out the CD out of the shelf in the shop. So I think that's a really good thing. And yeah, I was able to write information about the content here on the cover without pissing off the fans, because on the original cover in the jewel case there ain't that information, of course. So this is the graphic that looks cool, and that's the cool looking graphic with some additional information for the people. Yeah, there was a lot of songs that needed to get on this inlay card here. I first thought, okay, let's just name the album songs and then plus bonus tracks, but this wouldn't have been fair because people want to see the full content, of course, of the CD. Yeah, like I said, it's a 3 CD box set. And yeah, it starts, of course, with the remastered version of Flight of the Griffin, the debut album from 1984, which was originally released on Shrapnel Records. Yeah, and we, like usual, I had fun making it look like a Shrapnel LP, this CD here. Yeah, and this is, yeah, there was this LP, which was, yeah, finally licensed by SPV, I think in 1986. So for us here in Europe, it always was an import between 84 and 86 and pretty expensive because Shrapnel did not license everything to Germany, which I still have no clue why they did that. Yeah, so this is the first official reissue of all these albums, of both albums. Everything else, you know, are bootlegs. I mean, I can say that because I asked again, I asked Billy, the singer, again, if there was something official. No, it's all bootleg. So the last known CD versions that were okay was this mid-price series of SPV or Steamhammer. And yeah, there was not much content. There was the music on a CD and the rest was more a commercial for all the other mid-price CDs they are offering. So in the end you just had the cover and more or less that's it. Now this all looks better. This one, I did the remaster of that album, but to be honest, it's such a great sounding album. It's a great studio production, and I didn't have to do too much. It's a little more powerful now, a little louder than your old mid-price CD from SPV. But it's, yeah, with respect, there was no need to push it or something like that. Yeah, then we have the booklet here, we come to that later. Then Protectors of the Lair was directly released here in Germany by Steamhammer SPV, and again, yeah, there is a, it looks like an old Steamhammer record. So this is the B side because there was always a blue and a green side. I really love that stuff. Yeah. So the content before we go to the booklet here is, of course, yeah, Flight of the Griffin. Then the third CD is the original mix of Protectors of the Lair, remastered by Patrick Engel. I didn't want to do that. He did a perfect job on this one. So even the original mix sounds a little better, or yeah, maybe even a lot better than the version you know. But the most intense thing, and you will see that in the next video that I will add here, was the remix of Protectors of the Lair. So I won't talk too much about the technical stuff because you can see that in a minute. Yeah, it was a complete 24-track remix. The 24 tracks of the original reels were there, finally. So I was able to start mixing this album new, like it would be an album that was just recorded. It ended up not that it has a similar sound to the original mix. Funny enough, even I started completely new with that. So of course some of the limitations of this original mix was already the recordings themselves. So, but it's, I mean, Billy said it to me, it sounds way better than the original mix. Yeah, I was happy with that too, even there were some problems here and there because reel number 1, the first tape, was already a little damaged. It was a lot of work to repair that stuff. And I know in which song there is some bullshit going on. I will hear it. I guess the fans won't hear it. I hope so. But it's stated in the booklet here. And yeah, this is, I think, yeah, beside the fact that it's the first official reissue of those albums, to me it's the most important thing, this remix, to have a good sounding Protectors of the Lair. Finally! Yeah, okay, let's go over to the booklet. Yeah, I wanted to have this as the main cover, but yeah, as you can see, this is 2 inlay cards in such a jewel box. Even if it would have been a digi pack, it still would be not a square, it would be like this. And yeah, you see the logo here, it's pretty much on the side, on the, yeah, how do you call that? Yeah, of course, it was impossible to print that in this format without doing some bullshit. So I'm happy that at least the booklet cover is, yeah, remaining for my original cover idea to combine both album covers. Yeah, on the back side you can see what is from the inlay of Protectors of the Lair, and yeah, both quotes from Billy McKay that you can find on the original albums. Yeah, and then we have pages and pages of liner notes based on an interview with Billy McKay that I made for Death Forever magazine a while ago. Not a while ago, some months ago. So this is the complete band history, along with, you can see here some memorabilia, we call that here at least. I hope I use that word so often and I hope it's correct. Yeah, this is some advertisements from SPV. Here's some photos of Billy. He sent over a whole bunch of photos that are all inside this CD now. So that's still all liner notes, the whole story of the band from the beginning to, yeah, let's keep it to 2011. Yeah, still photos and liner notes. Then I got the original photo from this picture you all know from Flight of the Griffin, from the backside of the LP. It's really good quality, even in that size. So I decided to, yeah, use that for the panorama page, so in the middle of the booklet. Yeah, still liner notes. Then we have scans and pictures of the original albums. Here is Flight of the Griffin. Here is Protectors of the Lair. Then we have some stuff from the original Protectors of the Lair 24-inch tapes. So here's from the studio some sheets, and here's at least also a photo of one of the reels. Yeah, then we have even more photos from this Flight of the Griffin photo session. Some, yeah, definitely 6 pictures you haven't seen before. Here's some handwritten lyrics by Billy. What do we have? Some press stuff. There's not too much press stuff to be found. That's really weird. Then we have some unseen photos from the Protectors of the Lair trio lineup. Here is even more of that. Here's a small photo of us as Griffin in 2011 at Keep It True Festival. Yeah, I played drums in that because our band Roxcalibur was his backing band at Keep It True Festival. Yeah, and then we have here finally the credits, and again you saw that before. And that's it. That's the ultimate edition of 2 classics, 2 remasters, 1 remix. No, you can't get more. Oh wait, you can get more, because each CD also has bonus tracks. So the first one is nearly full with 79 minutes with unreleased demo tracks, and I mean, I got them from Billy. It's not those demo songs you know from one of the bootleg CDs that was around some years ago. Yeah, then we have some completely unreleased live tracks from, yeah, also from the Flight of the Griffin days. Definitely never heard before. Even if you check out the web and these forums where people share their rarities, no chance. This ain't there. They're a little mono. I was able to bring it a little into stereo. But yeah, the historical worth is really, really important here. Yeah, and on CD3 we have some songs from the Keep It True show, and it was Billy's wish not to use the really good audio from the Keep It True DVD. I already had the okay from Oliver to use that. He has a fan bootleg, more or less, video at home, and he really loved that atmosphere that's going on, because you're inside the audience. The sound might not be too good for the music itself, but I agree with him that the atmosphere of this special moment after all these years, a Griffin show in Europe, this is captured because of this maybe not so good sounding, but yeah, exciting version of this Keep It True audio. So I think you can't do more. Before you ask about vinyl, this will be up later this year. I think this year we will do Flight of the Griffin, and yeah, for Keep It True next year we will release Protectors of the Lair. We still haven't decided what we will put on this Protectors vinyl, if it's the remix or the original mix remastered by Patrick Engel. So, or maybe a double LP. We still talk about that, so I can't say anything about this. Yeah, Flight of the Griffin will be more or less a replica of the original, with a different inner sleeve, of course, with some excerpts from this liner notes that in this CD, and of course some photos you haven't seen before, except you bought this box set here. So, okay, I will switch over to a video now that I made some weeks ago about the progress and all the work around the remix of Protectors of the Lair. So if you have seen that before, you can leave now or you watch it again. If you haven't seen it, I strongly suggest to have a look at it now. Okay, thanks for watching.
Here lies the body of the Polish king.
Yeah. Hello, today I want to talk about the forthcoming reissue, the special package of the American band Griffin. Here are the 2 albums, which will be available on the 21st of August 2020. Yeah, this album, Flight of the Griffin, the debut, it always had a good sound when you put it on. Even the old SPV mid-price series CD, it has a good sound. There was just a little remastering I had to do here, some editing because some breaks were too long between songs and stuff like that. So, but in the end there was not much to do with this album, and so we won't talk about that. You will hear it when the CD is out. This was the problem child. Protectors of the Lair, an album some were shocked back then because it's way heavier than Flight of the Griffin. I still wouldn't call it thrash metal, I think that's totally wrong. It's, yeah, just heavier and faster. It's still US metal to me. There are some speed metal and thrash metal influences on that and really fast stuff. But there's no song that starts with some oofda 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 and ends with some oofda oofda oofda. Yeah, this is really strong songs. I love every song on that album, always did. My main problem, and many fans see it the same, was that sound quality. And yeah, when we were talking about the reissue, Billy, his manager, and myself, he told me I have the original 24 track tapes. This means, I know that some people have a problem saying what a remaster and a remix is. So I want to say here, this album is a remaster. So I just took what you all have at home, and with that stereo signal, one left, one right, what you have on your CD or what is even on this album, I just checked out how can we make that sound a little better. What is missing. In this case it was some bass frequencies, yeah, not totally down but somewhere here, and a few other things. So yeah, remastering does not mean that you change a lot. A remix is totally different. You have the original files, means you have every part of the, not every on old recordings, but individual parts of the drums. You have the bass, the guitars on extra tracks. There's no difference between a new recording. If you have a studio and then you have a band in your studio, the result will be 24 or 32 tracks that you have to mix. So you bring together these individual signals. I think this is nothing new, but when I talk to fans, sometimes they say, oh, I love your remix of that and that album. No, that was not a remix, I just made a remaster. And now I fear that the opposite could happen, that, oh, I love the remaster of that, when they talk about the remix. So, okay, we had the two 24 track tapes from the original studio recording in 1986, and yeah, they came over. Billy sent them over to my house, and I was sending them for a transfer from analog to individual digital files, 24 of them, to Christian Moschus, is his nickname, Moschus Moore, and Moos, not more. And yeah, he was transferring these tapes, and we are lucky enough that he made a video for his Facebook with his cell phone. There are two little mistakes. One is that he said that he is transferring a new wave of British heavy metal album. That's of course not true. It's US metal. It was Griffin. And the other thing is he was baking the tapes first. He needed to, because old tapes, yeah, they need some heat treatment before you can play them. And the temperature he is mentioning was not true, but I will do I will type down the correct one for you so you can see it. So we can see a few seconds of Christian working on these old tapes now.
Hello guys, it's me, Space Lab, mixing the Moschus. Yeah, today I'm gonna do a tape transfer of two mid-80s tapes of a new wave of British heavy metal band, which is going to be remixed. And I can tell you, these tapes have been a pain in the ass because they are so sticky, and it was a pain. I had to bake them at 45 degrees Celsius for 8 hours, and as you see, I used some tricks to pick up some dirt while it is running. That's working pretty good. Actually, no dirt on the capstan. And also the transfer is happening here. It's looking pretty good. The machine is hooked up directly to the anti-loop interface, which is connected to a RME MADI phase, which is again connected to my laptop. And here it's happening in Cubase 10 on 24 tracks at standard resolution. Well, we have some nice stuff here. So in case you have old tapes like 2-inch 24 track or 2-inch 16 track, because I have a head stack for 16 tracks also, yeah, just send it over and it's possible to bake and to transfer it to the digital domain. That's it for today. Bye bye, moshos.
Yeah, and after that transfer, I got this transfer now for my computer, and I think we will have a look what I can do now with that remix. It's already done, but I still have everything on my computer, and we will have a look, and I will show you some really exciting things that you haven't heard before. Hello! So now we are at my computer. I hope you can see it pretty well. I think so. So I have loaded the first song, which is an intro song. I think you know it all. Let's see.
Here lies the body of the Polish king.
Yeah.
May we
So
remember him
here's the bass drum, for example. It just makes boom, boom. Here's the snare that comes to it. So this is only bass drum and snare right now. So later in that intro song, I can add all the drum tracks for you. And some bass. So here you can hear the famous intro song of Protectors of the Lair, Eulogy of Sorrow. This is only the funky drums and bass here. I think I can turn it up a little, I hope. The toms really sound great. So, but I'm pretty sure what you are interested in is Here Lies the Body of the Polish King. Let's see where we find that. It must be here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Or, yes, it looks like it.
Here lies the body of the Polish king.
That's only the
Remember
clean
him
voice.
Not for what he did, but for what he didn't do. And the people who stood by him, for which he gave his life.
And here, down here,
May God bless him.
down here we have the evil voice.
Here lies the body of the Polish king. May we remember him not for what he did.
And both together
what he
bring that
didn't
sound that
do.
you know.
And the people who stood by him, for which he gave his life. May God bless him, and may he rest in peace.
Now I have loaded the last song of the album, the epic one. You can see it here. It's close to 7 minutes. Poseidon Society, and let's check that out here. Yeah, you can hear the sticks still, because that's the original files. On the remix you won't hear that. What is really cool here is a really cool Iron Maiden bass that I never noticed. And here are the guitars that go for it, with it. And the vocals. This was too much vocals. Yeah, it's really interesting because here's a vocal track that wasn't used, that he only made for the band when they recorded that. They have something of the vocals, so we haven't used that, of course. It sounds totally different. So that's not the vocals on the album, it's just another track of something that makes it easier for the band to play that song in the studio. That's the real vocals here. Und jetzt now. Oh yeah, I love that. I love these toms here. They are really cool. Now they come. That's really cool. Yeah, the main problem with this production was the bass drum, because there's a lot of other signals on this bass drum, especially cymbals. If we can hear that a solo now. Okay, that noise you hear is my room. There's something going with it. But you can hear hi-hat and everything, and this is really just the bass drum right now. So I was not able to make a fat, great bass drum sound because of that. Guitar solo. That's funny here. This danger in the fog. The fog! The fog. That's the band doing choirs for that. So all in all, it's that. The fog! The star is fatal curse to live on. You can't stay check out the fog. They've come to destroy this evil must be avoided. Off the stages, stand the fog. That's cool. These men of the sea, they are the creatures who stalk your greenfield dangers. Stand the fog. To justice to stand this fatal curse to live on. You can't stages, stand the fog. The fog. They've come to destroy this evil must be avoided. Off the stages, stand the fog. These men of the sea, they are the creatures who stop your greenfield dangers and the fog. Yeah, and here the last thing I want to show is that outro song. This might be the one where I did most, not changes, but where I was a little more creative. It starts with the thunder, of course, which is here. This is the thunder. Yeah, the cool thing is, the drums are here. These are the real drum tracks for that song. I think that's all of them now. Yeah. So that's the drums, but I really found some cool, not on purpose, it was the vocal mic of William, and he's not singing that song, it was open, so I had some cool natural room sound here that I've added to that original drum, and this sounds like this now. That's the room. Really cool. the bass. Oh, here's an acoustic guitar. No, where is it? Here is the acoustic guitar that you might haven't noticed yet. Yeah, all in all, it's really different sounding than the rest of the album. Yeah, that's how this remix was done. It was just now mastered by Patrick Engel. He also did the remastering of this album from the original mix, which will be CD number 3 in that box. The remix here will be CD number 2, and yeah, Patrick mastered this. What you hear here, what you just heard. Yeah, that's the original files. I think it's cool for you to see that. I always love that videos where bands talk about their old albums in the studio and when they switch on some individual tracks. So I thought I'd do something for you now like that with Griffin. So thanks and bye.